Now, the card at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups can indicate a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces person because it is a water sign, right? It can indicate a message coming in, like a message of love, a message of support, a message of healing. It can be just maybe there's somebody like that in your life that is a water sign too, that's coming in, right? We'll look at the reading and see, sometimes as I'm doing other cards, things kind of click into shape as we go. So let's sort of look at the other cards. Let's unpack those first and see if we can circle back to the Knight of Cups for a little more clarity for that. The first card is the Shadow Side card. Some of you may have been facing the parts of yourself that you want to disown, right? The parts that you feel uncomfortable with. Now, some people are very comfortable with their shadow side. This could be yours. This could be someone else's. But if you are dealing with someone else's shadow side, sure as can be, you most likely are dealing with your own shadow side as well. Because, we exist in relationships with other people. And when someone else is going through some rough time, it really reflects back to us on who we are, what we value, what we need, who we want to become, who we are now. So this can be really, really tough to get through. If you are going through some kind of energy like this, don't hesitate to seek out mental health therapy, maybe see your doctor if that's appropriate. Any of those kinds of things. Find a good friend that you trust that you can talk to, a family member that you can share openly with. But somebody who's non-judgmental. The thing to note about the shadow is that without light, we don't have access to a shadow. There is no shadow without light. Everything would be in darkness then. But it's a balancing effect that occurs, and we have to know both. We really do have to know both, our shadow and our sunshine sides, to be able to be effective as a person. Right. And sometimes it's the things that we fear or dread, the things that we like the least about ourselves that are our best and most teachable moments. Don't fear your shadow side. You can, just because you accept and understand what that is, and how it operates in your life, it doesn't mean that you have to allow it to control your life. Now, if this is the shadow side of someone else, it may be the case that you have to set boundaries with that person. You have to kind of close off and, say and see what is in your best interests, right? Don't lose yourself in someone else's shadow side, especially if that shadow side of the other person is not under control by them. Remember too, I can only control what I think, say, and do. I can't control another person. Unless that person's a toddler. And even then, you can't control their emotions and certain things. You can only kind of guide them to healthier choice making along the way. Now, we do see over here this Four of Pentacles in reverse. And in the upright position, this is somebody who's stingily holding, is that a word? Who's stingy and holding on to himself, personal possessions, his things. This could be greediness from another person, or it could be protectiveness of himself. Because Pentacles is the suit of the earth, and you have to realize too, when we're talking about your physical body, that is your number one physical possession, right, is your body. In the reverse, this is coming out of that guarded type energy, maybe opening up. Maybe you've been hiding your shadow self, or someone else was living in a shadow side experience, and he or she or you are beginning to open up and become less guarded about that experience. It's only when we drag our shadow into the sunlight that it can dissipate, right? That we can really see it for what it is and learn how to operate with it. If we can't change it, then we try to limit its impact on us if it's negative to our life. So there's that. And then this element here, Six of Swords in the reverse, in the upright, this person's paddling on to new shores. The rough waters are right here behind him or her. It's hard to tell from the picture. And then forward, they're calmer waters. And we certainly see the greenery up here. Hazy sky, we don't know if it's going to turn into sunshine or rain just yet. But either way, we know it will bring blessing. You know, we can't have anything green without rain, right? But in the reverse, this may be about a refusal to move on. Even if moving on is intellectual in nature, emotional in nature, right? I'm also thinking of this right now is that the water is over the person. Like, let me see if I can explain this because it sort of just flashed in, but like, we have the emotions underneath the surface and we have our cool, calm facade that we present. This, to me, for some reason, I'm thinking of over-emotionally or over-emotionality. I don't want to say over-emotionality, but maybe when your emotions feel like they're really intense and out of control, to the point that your logic is being, your logical side is shrinking and your emotional side is becoming more overwhelming. And that actually is in keeping with the shadow side energy here. And when I say you, it could be somebody in your life. It doesn't have to be you. Neither of these cards is specifically indicating that. And because it's a general reading, it's really hard for me to hone in on that. So it could be somebody's experiencing the shadow side life. They're opening up about what that is, maybe starting to communicate about that, or at least letting it slip through the veneer. And then there's over-emotionality, emotions over logic. You may hear my cat meowing unhappily. This is the first time ever that I've like locked him out of the room when I've done a reading, but he kept getting into all my plants, and I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to eat my plants just because you're cute. So, sorry, Charlie. His name isn't Charlie, actually, it's Merlin. He's my little stinker. Anyway, Three of Cups in the upright. That can be friends, festivals, celebration, girls' night out, guys' night out, whatever, I don't care. But happy, celebration, beautiful environment, fun, and so forth. In the reverse, this could be gossip around a water cooler. This could be a third-party situation as far as an affair or somebody cheating or something like that. If this is, in fact, cheating, someone is cheating on you, or possibly you're cheating, this shadow side here would be dealing with that. Dealing with why you're cheating or why the other person is cheating, what that means to your relationship when they're cheating. And underneath this, we have the Knight of Swords here, which is about clarity in communication, moving forward fast. Somebody found out something. This actually would go this way, but if there was a third-party situation, it came out. The information came out, and there's this that we're dealing with. If it's sabotage, subversive crap at the workplace, that has come out. You're aware that somebody's trying to sabotage you around the water cooler, or that there's negativity, gossip, backstabbing, and other workplace melodrama. I do not envy you that. No, sir. No, ma'am. Whatever. We have here the karma card in the reverse. Now, in the upright, this is about learning our karmic lessons, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is sort of that balance between yin and yang right here, because we've got the eclipse up here. So it's neither solar nor lunar, but it's both at the same time. And these three individuals are celebrating that moment. So that's pretty great. Pretty great. In the reverse, however, there may be a delay in learning a karmic lesson. And it could be because of this emotional overwhelm, because of this information that flowed in. That there's a sense of not knowing what's happening next because of this. Right? It's not that karma's not going to happen. It's just that it could be very uncomfortable, whatever this lesson is. Because I'm looking at the shadow side. This is about letting go of ego issues and so on. But when we take it with this, this is going to be some kind of lesson, something that was created, something that was being built or being worked towards, that was, this is the reason that you're going through what you're going through right now is because there is a divine lesson to be learned here. There's something that you're going to need to clear away to learn this karmic lesson. And part of that is this Six of Swords. You need to be moving on from whatever this is. But this is a future orientation card. And this, you may need to sit in that energy for a while as you're learning what that means. And that includes the shadow energy here. Now, underneath the karma card, we have the King of Pentacles. He's very slow moving energy, but he's stable. His feet are grounded. He's looking at this coin. He's looking at the issues of the earth, the material issues of the earth, making sense of what that is, what that means. Fertility, it's a manager, it's a boss. Again, if there's melodrama at work, he's probably not the one doing that. It could be, that maybe you're in a situation because this person provides some kind of stability for you. Like if you're a person who's being cheated on by somebody, you've discovered that there's this third party situation, you could possibly be in this relationship because of the stability that this individual affords you. I don't always like the messages that I channel. I really don't. But I can't not say it. It's kind of like, I would be doing a disservice if I came out here and was like, oh no, it's all going to be wonderful and blah, blah, blah. But you know what though? It really is going to be wonderful. It really is. But this is the stuff that it has to happen before it becomes wonderful. This Sun card in the reverse, right? Happiest card in the deck in the upright. Even in the reverse, it's not such a bad situation. It's not like it's anti-sun or bizarro sun. I mean, it's not like that. It's but there may be a delay in this kind of happiness in being able to reap the fruits of your labor, to be able to have the sunshine on the projects that you want to grow, the things you want to nurture and to happen. But given some of these other cards, I'm thinking that it's not as unbad as could be, because here's the Death card, and this is underneath the Sun. Something needs to be let go of. Let go of. I do think that some of you Sagittarians have discovered some kind of third party or cheating situation. And part of what you're going through now, your happiness is delayed because of your refusal to move on and your lack of acceptance that this is the death of that relationship or whatever. Or that you need to leave your work environment because it's just not working. It's hard to see clearly because of the emotional overwhelm that's occurring right now. This is a karmic lesson for you. Another reading, we saw the Ace of Cups in the reverse. I'm feeling Ace of Cups in the reverse energy here. It's like until you learn how to take care of yourself and what your own unique needs are. Okay, let me break these up in another way too. We've got the shadow side and the karma in reverse. Looking at your shadowy side, someone else's shadow side coming to the surface. The slowing of this karmic lesson and energy. And the Death card. This is what needs to happen. And it's only through examination of this shadow side energy that you can learn the karmic lesson and release the toxicity. Because ultimately, we want to see this Sun card in the upright position for you. That's you and your happiness. But it's going to be delayed. It's going to be minimized because this energy here. We need to get you to basically subsume your emotions to your logical sense that will bring this about and say, you know what, I got to do this. I got to move on in that way. Whatever that means. It could be literally moving, or it could be intellectual movement, emotional healing and release and growth, and change. when I step back to this Knight of Cups, I think that some of you thought that this person was your true love. And now you're seeing a shadow side, or you have recently seen some kind of a shadow side in here, and you're seeing what's going on. The truth has come out very quickly, abruptly, rudely. Something to do with a third-party situation, if it's romance, if it's a work situation. Again, it's backstabbing, people being shitty, doing the kinds of things that human beings are very, very good at, which is trashing other people and not taking others into consideration when we make our harmful choices. Or I guess I should say maybe selfish choices. But it does feel that some of you are going through this ringer right now, in relationship with someone, who's, you've seen a side of this person that is not who you wanted them to be. And if this is you, I highly recommend, I mean, if it's you that you see the shadow side coming through and you don't feel good about that, whatever that could be, grief, loss, anxiety, depression, mental health of any kind, part of our karmic journey is learning to deal with the feeble quality that is our physical nature, our mental health nature, the limitations of being a human being in a world full of other imperfect human beings just like ourselves. Please, see somebody to help you through these rough times. Friends, family, talk about it. Don't sit on that. Utilize this sword energy here, which is all about communication, direct communication coming in, telling it like it is, knowledge, information. Talking about something won't hurt. Choose the person you're talking with. If you're not talking to somebody, even if you're talking to the other person or persons involved directly in the situation, that may not be your best bet. You may want to take it to somebody else, somebody who can really be there for you and help you, I want to say help you chop it up and figure out what's going on, because you do deserve to be happy and you do deserve to have the kind of life that you really want for yourself, no matter what, you know. But we can't control what other people do. And if it is your own shadow side you're struggling with, know that that's just part of your humanness. And the sooner you can learn how to manage whatever that shadow side of yourself is and come to accept it, the happier you will be and the faster you will get to that place of contentment and release and be able to reconnect with your sun again. So I have been shuffling these cards. You may have heard that. They're Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. And I really want to give a shout out to my roommate, Della, who is recently back from Arizona. She went to Sedona in the Grand Canyon with her sister. And she brought me back these really beautiful cards. And I'm so grateful to be able to use them today, or I guess I should say work with them. But they are Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise Lynn. She didn't know this, but these were on my wish list for Amazon. That's just kind of, again, are there really coincidences? Really? So as I'm shuffling them, I do want to put out the intention there and the humble request to Spirit that they help us, help our Sagittarian friends. I really do like to have Spirit choose the cards and not just kind of grab at anything. Oh, here we go. This one says, far away places, get ready for new horizons. And I'll read you this card from the book. It really is a very beautiful deck. Get ready for new horizons. And of course, this makes me think of our Six of Swords card over here. All right. Stop playing it safe. Get ready for new horizons and change in your life. A journey is coming. It might be to foreign lands or faraway places, or maybe an inner shift that changes your destiny. It's all beneficial. Sometimes we can feel wobbled when we are not in our normal surroundings. However, you are safe and protected. Good fortune ensues. The sacred traveler wants you to know part of the glory of travel is stepping out of old habits, routines, and the repetitiveness of everyday life. It can feel daunting, yet in no small way, your life is a spiritual voyage. Change is coming. Things are not as they seem. There are no wrong turns. Every adventure and misadventure is part of the course. You are on a pilgrimage of the soul. Keep your metaphorical bag packed. Some unexpected experiences are ahead. Be ready for anything. The joy of travel is that you can begin to experience the everyday as if you are seeing it for the first time. Nothing should be taken for granted. What a perfect card. What a perfect card. Oh, man, Sagittarius. What a beautiful way to end that reading.